Hello, my friends, and welcome back to PlayStation Live from E3. I have the great pleasure of being joined by Nate Fox from Sucker Punch. Sir, hello.
Hello.
It's good to see you, and it is also good to have Rob Pearson. Sir, hello.
Thanks for having me. Hello.
No, it's my pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for watching at home and also watching here on stage. We're here to talk about Ghost of Tsushima, which we had the pleasure of talking about yesterday in a much more rushed situation in which we had less time. So now I'm glad to have you back on the program so we can actually kind of go through the trailer a little bit, hear your thoughts on the game. For those that don't know, Ghost of Tsushima is your upcoming game, set in Japan in, let's see, hold on, I have it right here, 1274 on the island of Tsushima.
You are correct.
What brought your studio to that time and to that location?
Well, we really wanted to have a character fantasy that you kind of instantly knew and wanted to engage in. So samurai, it's an excellent, I don't know, just like player identity.
Right.
And then you set that inside of a conflict as compelling as the Mongol invasion of 1274, and you've got a great recipe for an excellent open-world action-adventure game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say that's an excellent recipe.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Perhaps even perfectly seasoned for us. But why don't we actually have the, I'm going to start this footage. And we have your, yes, there we go. I don't know how to operate a laptop, guys. All right. We're going to go, and this is the trailer that you guys, I'm sure, tirelessly worked on for the showcase that we, debuted last night in Los Angeles. I figured that we could kind of look through the footage here today and kind of go through and tell us a little bit about, the process of creating this gorgeous piece of work.
All right. Well, I think this shot is really, really important. One of the first things we looked at when trying to go after the samurai genre is capture the sublime beauty of nature, from fields of grass to bamboo swaying in the wind, and then a proud samurai being very still in the middle of it.
Is that how still you are when wind is blowing at you?
Yeah.
Because that'd be really impressive.
It is. He looks tough.
Tell me a little bit about the visuals and kind of your visual team, your art team, and all the people that worked to make this so beautiful. I mean, you guys, it must be an astronomical work.
Well, there's a strong focus on minimalism. That's so you see the things that are the most pronounced, right? In this graveyard, for instance, that beautiful tree with the shape and that lone flute player silhouetted against the sky. You can drink in nature because it's not cluttered. I think this is a very Japanese aesthetic that we very much appreciate and want to bring to the game.
Are you talking about your UI at all yet, or are you keeping that secret for now?
So for E3, we did not put in UI, although the game will have UI. We just think it has more cinematic impact without it.
Of course.
Now, this actually is, I think, for me, the coolest shot of the entire trailer, because we're making a massive open-world game. We're going to transport players back to feudal Japan and let them discover this island at their own pace, from the pagoda on the hill to those Mongol ships in the harbor. You have the freedom to decide where you want to go.
Why do you think an open world works so well with the samurai genre? Because it's not something we've seen many times before in video games.
Well, honestly, it's feudal Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, when I tell you that we're setting the game in feudal Japan, your mind explodes with the possibilities.
Yeah, sure.
Beautiful, beautiful places. And in an open world game, you get to dictate the terms at which you find these things. I want you to get lost in Tsushima Island. I think this demo does a great job of showing you just how lush the place can be.
And is this something you've always wanted to make? Like, have you always been a fan of samurai? How long have you been wanting to make this game for?
I named my dog Lord Toranaga.
Okay.
I'm a big fan. I've been reading samurai comics since I was a kid.
Right.
And I think an open world is an excellent place to experience what it'd be like to be a wandering samurai.
I know that you can't really talk about your open world design in depth right now, but can you kind of hint in a little bit about where, how you guys lead players on their journey while still giving them this huge space to play in?
Yes, although this part of the demo is my all-time faves.
Talk about this part.
All right, we were classic samurai standoff, right? Who's going to make the first move? All right, right there. In one swift action, Jin slits this guy's throat, sends his gold faceplate flying. To me, that lethal precision is quintessential samurai combat.
We have it on this giant screen on stage here in Los Angeles, and it's amazing. I love it.
It's a lot different to the combat you're kind of used to in video games, isn't it? Where you, you know, mash the attack button, you're swinging your sword around. You know, what were the challenges you faced when approaching a combat system that's unlike anything we've really seen in video games before?
Certainly, we want to build the tension before the swords come out, kind of like gunslingers in the Old West. And then when it does happen, like right here, there's a brutality because this is a grounded, realistic game. The combat is gritty. The 3 words we use to kind of set the tone are mud, blood, and steel. Jin Sakai, our hero, he carries around a 3-foot razor blade, right? So how would these problems be solved? Like that. This guy is a practiced warrior who's defending his homeland.
Tell us a little bit more about the origin of your hero and sort of like the purpose and the theme in which you designed him.
Well, it kind of naturally falls out of the idea that we're going to set the game inside of the Mongol invasion of 1274. Right. When we learned that on Tsushima Island, there were 80 samurai that stood against all of these thousands of Mongols, sets up a very dramatic context. So in our game, it is an original work of fiction. We are not rebuilding history stone by stone. But this one samurai is forced to evolve. He came from a military tradition that's pretty rigid, and now to overcome the odds, he's having to bend his code and invent new ways to fight back.
Oh, man. Are you talking at all about player progression and sort of the natural evolution of your character and your player? Or is it too early to say?
No. I mean, there's absolutely progression in this game. For instance, we really want players to be able to move smoothly and have a lot of navigational options like this grappling hook.
I didn't see this last night.
Oh, yeah. Not a standard samurai move.
No.
Because Jin is willing to bend the rules a little bit, he's moving in ways that the Mongols don't anticipate, and that allows him to do things like a stealth attack.
It's my favorite bit coming up now.
Oh, really?
The triple takedown. Oh, yeah. Let me talk about that.
Spectacular.
This is what Rob does in the evenings. Is just sneak through rafters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this is another example of pre-combat tension that I find really enticing, because then you get the big payoff.
Would you describe this as a stealth game?
Stealth is certainly an element of it, but the fantasy is about the samurai who has to evolve who he is in order to fight back against overwhelming odds.
Oh my God! It's like you guys planned all this so eloquently. I love it. Beautiful.
I will not lie. Stabbing a dude through a shoji screen was an early idea about just who exactly Jin Sakai would be as he kind of learns to fight back against.
And would have to be in this situation.
Oh,
right? Yeah. To survive and to defend the land as well.
I mean, this bit was really interesting here when we get the difference of opinion between these two characters who up until this point have been friends. How does that work in the story? Is this something you can decide, or is this like a pre-scripted story moment here?
So this game is an anthology of stories, and I doubt you're going to find them all. There is
challenge.
a story of Jin's evolution as a samurai. And this is actually a side mission we decided to show at E3 to illustrate the tone of the game. This is not a simple war story. It's about real people inside of the brutality of the Mongol invasion doing whatever they can to survive. And good people in hard times make bad decisions, right? That's Jin's reality. And these are the sorts of stories that you'll encounter in the game.
Yeah, beautiful. Rob, any final questions or thoughts for Nick?
I mean, I just love this bit here, the juxtaposition of really tense samurai action, and you've got this incredible, beautiful natural scene playing on behind it. It evokes all the feelings of those old classic samurai movies. Did you look at those for inspiration when you're designing scenes like this?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, the sublime beauty of nature.
Yeah.
We were trying, to the best of our ability, to combine this gritty, tense sword combat with just the beauty of a sunset through the leaves of a tree.
Yeah.
Putting them together, to us, feels like the right thing to do to bring the world alive. Now, oh wait, I'm going to show you something. Can you rewind it? I'm going to show you my favorite thing that no one will see unless I tell them.
We're cheating a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Go to the start of the duel.
All right.
All right. I'm going to pause it. No one will ever.
Get rid of that
spot
mouse.
this.
Get rid of that mouse.
Okay. I'm going to pause it. If you look between Jin and Masako, there are some lights on the hill. Those are the Mongol reinforcements coming riding down to them that the Mongol called.
Oh, with the horn.
Yeah. So
Right.
this is not a loaded duel arena. This is the open world. Everything you see in the background, you can get to, and those are Mongols coming to you.
So if you managed to take that guy out with the horn before he blew it, would they not be there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there they come.
I mean, I say probably.
I did not
'cause,
even see that.
In this particular demo, no, actually, no. They would come because we want this. They want them to come. This is the whole point of the story.
Before I let you go, Nate, I have one final question, and it's something that Jason and I were speaking about briefly last night after you guys came on the show, and that is, how do you sort of find a line between creating the ultra-realistic, visually acute, graphics that we're seeing here with a dreamy, surreal quality that they have with the kind of enhanced color palette and the enhanced lighting? I mean, where do you dial the barometer in the studio on that?
It's a lot of give and take, trying to find the thing that makes it feel the most alive. But in this case, it's just going after a feeling of nature well stated. I don't know if you've ever gone hiking and just looked at the trees and you feel like suddenly you can see color you don't normally see because you're in a much more focused environment. That's certainly the case here.
Nate, it is such a pleasure to have you on again. I hope this was a more relaxed experience
It's
than
great.
yesterday.
I'm happy to talk through it and show those Mongols on the hill that I'm sure no one would ever see, but I'm very proud are in the game.
I love it, and I am very proud that we were able to have you on the show today. Do you like that transition? That was
well
A+.
done. Well done.
Rob, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And Nate, thank you again. Ghost of Tsushima is looking absolutely amazing, and we have a lot more amazing content coming on PlayStation Live from E3. Stay with us.
PlayStation